Behind me.
I'm ready to get rid of Dempsey. Well, they said, oh, can you come in tomorrow? I said, sure. And then I looked down the counter, she's at the next. Yep. Oh, great, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. You have me. You didn't have to tell the public that, sorry. Yes, but additionally, yes. Thank God. Yeah. Great job.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Heidi, ready to go? Okay.
Good evening. This is a meeting of the Township Committee, May 12, 2025. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Trooper Times and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk on January 11, 2025. Committeeman Clark.
Here.
Committeeman Kratz. Here. Committeeman Sedembrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here. I jumped the gun, sorry. But you're here.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. Our first item on tonight's agenda, we have proclamations and presentations. We have a presentation recognizing June 7, 2025 as Relay for Life Day in the Township of Middletown. At this time, I'd like to invite Amy Nolan from Relay for Life event leadership team to join Mayor Perry at the front of the room.
So we're here for our annual appeal, right?
Yes.
Our annual appeal because, as so many residents know, we're gearing up for the Relay for Life. And Relay for Life, for those who don't know, is a great event that always takes place at the high schools and has been working so hard to make not just the patients suffering and dealing with cancer, but it is their family members as well. And I'll never forget 6, 7 years ago, Amy said something that impacted me greatly. And that was, you don't think about the hotel rooms, the meals, the gas, the traveling, all that goes into a loved one getting treatment. Because for a lot of people, a hospital or a cancer treatment center is not close by. We're fortunate here in Middletown to have Memorial Sloan Kettering, to have other hospitals so close by in order to get cancer treatment, to have medical experts provide diagnoses and treatment, but a lot of people don't. And to be able to have Memorial Sloan Kettering here in town, to be able to have so many hospitals within driving distance is great, but many people have to stop working. oftentimes a parent or an individual have to stop working. It causes stress on finances. And the Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society do an unbelievable job at raising that awareness for something that no one really thinks about, because all the headlines are about cancer research. And that's all great. But today there are people suffering with cancer. And there are cancer survivors out there that are doing their best to try and make someone else's life just a little bit easier. And Amy, you've done an amazing job for so many years. I'm honored to know you. I'm honored to work with you each year. I got all these folks up here are going to be with me for your relay. I got, I put the screws to hide the two donated. I sent him a link. He still hasn't clicked it yet, though.
He's 22.
But yeah, don't worry, Ken. I'm coming for you too. But the Relay for Life is such an emotional moment. It's an emotional event because it is made up of survivors, of caretakers, and normally I would always highlight our former assistant administrator, Jim Van Ness, because he was always very involved with his wife in the Relay for Life. They were there every single year, no matter what, to raise awareness. But to watch all the cancer survivors walk around the track, whether at north or south, whether they were inside or outside because of the rain, to see them carry the rows, to see the caretakers be there with their loved ones, to see families that have grown, to hear about the stories, it's an amazing event. And I'm so proud that you, for so many years now, have led the effort. And with a goal of $30,000 this year to raise, let's get it done and let's make it happen. So Amy, if you want to say a few words.
Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've been doing Relay in Middletown, we were just saying, for probably close to 30 years. And Relay for Life overall has been going on for 40 years. You can see it's 40 years of impact with Relay for Life. And so our event will be on June 7th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Middletown South. And this year, we're really just leaning into this 40 years of impact and the impact that we have when we participate in Relay for Life and raise funds for this great cause. So we'll be doing a 5K walk on the track. We'll have lots of games and activities. We'll have some food trucks and music. It'll be lots of fun, but it also will be really impactful. Like Mayor Perry said, we will recognize any cancer survivor or caregiver from Middletown or surrounding towns who wants to come and join us. Everyone is welcome. And our cancer survivors and caregivers walk the first lap of our event to really put that meaning right out in front of everybody. And then we'll continue to walk laps. Like I said, we'll have games and activities and theme laps. And it's all to raise money for the American Cancer Society. And some of the things that we help to fund are a 24/7 helpline. So if someone's diagnosed with cancer, their family, they can call and get help. We have a new app called ACS Cares, where someone can go in and get content that they need, peer-to-peer support, like Mayor Perry said, rides to treatment, somewhere to stay when someone has to travel for treatment. Just so many amazing resources, and everything's available at cancer.org for anyone who may be impacted and who needs help. And of course, we're here too. You can reach out to us, and we'll be here to help you as well.
Teal for the shirts this year.
Yes, for our
Green
participants.
for the committee, but teal for everybody else,
Exactly,
right?
teal. Anyone who raises $100 will get a teal t-shirt just like this one.
Highball looks great. Teal.
And survivors, all cancer survivors get a purple shirt just like this one as well.
So, well, with that being said, Amy, thanks again for everything that you do. Hope everybody can go to middletownmj.org/relayforlife to learn more about the event, June 7th, 6 to 10 at South this year.
Yes.
So I, Mayor Tony Perry, of the Middletown Township Committee, do hereby proclaim that June 7th, 2025 be known as Relay for Life Day in the Township of Middletown, and call upon all residents to support this inspirational event. And we encourage our community to support the American Cancer Society in their efforts to help everyone who has been touched by cancer. Amy, thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you so
Appreciate
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
it. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a day about walking too, because our next group, we're walking for that
Yes,
as well.
perfect.
Right, Alex? All right.
Our next presentation recognizing May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness Month in the Township of Middletown. At this time, I'd like to invite Be the Difference Managing Director Alex Tadeo to join Mayor Perry at the podium.
So this year, our new head of the Be the Difference, Alex took over for Piper Wyman, who would kind of led this, but Alex was right there through the last, 2 years? 2 years for the walk. If you don't know about the Be the Difference walk, it starts out with a great little ceremony at the Middletown Arts Center, and walks right up Church, down Kings Highway, and right here to Town Hall. And it's all about ensuring that people that are in need of help have the resources to ask for help. So Alex, you want to tell everybody about the walk this year?
Yes. Firstly, I wanted to thank Mayor Perry for the opportunity to recognize Be the Difference, the walk for suicide awareness in our community during the proclamation for mental health in the month of May. As well, I want to thank those who have supported me and made this walk possible. I'm a senior at Middletown South and proud to call myself Managing Director of Be the Difference. This has been the first collaborative year with former South student Piper Wyman, who founded Be the Difference. This year it will take place this Sunday, May 18th, at the Middletown Arts Center from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. There will be raffles, food, games, and all that, so I hope you guys are able to come. If you want more information, visit on Instagram, BeTheDifference_NJ.
I love it. So Be the Difference _NJ. I love that you knew that right off the bat, because I had to read it and I was like, what is that little line right there? Not realizing. But obviously, the statistic that sticks out every year for me is that nearly 1 in 5 Americans experience mental health in a given year. And while that sounds small when you say 1 in 5, and you realize it's not small. It's not small at all. And we need to be able to provide every single person that is in need of mental health resources. Why Middletown is so proud that we created the Wellness Wheels program that will provide free Ubers utilizing the opioid settlements, so that individuals with mental health issues can call up Town Hall and get a ride free of charge, utilizing our opioid settlement money to get to the resources that they need. That's this paired with all the other activities that you're doing with Be the Difference. When you need help, just ask somebody. And Alex, I'm proud that you took up this effort. Proud that you've been a part of it for the entire time. But so proud that it's coming up this Sunday, and I look forward to marching down Kings Highway with you.
Yes.
All right. So thank you very much, Alex. So therefore, I, Mayor Tony Perry, and the Middletown Township Committee do hereby proclaim that May 2025 and every May going forward as Mental Health Awareness Month in the Township of Middletown, in order to raise awareness and reduce the stigma around mental health, and we encourage students to register for the Be the Difference Walk and join the community in taking a stand. Remember, visit Instagram account BeTheDifference_NJ. Alex, thanks for everything. Congratulations. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Let's give another round for our. Okay, so where's Tara? Tara, Kim?
Yeah, so we're gonna have the members of the township committee come down too, so you guys can help us pick.
This
our
is
winners.
not, so this is for, Kim, this is for our
This is for our students.
Middletown Alliance.
Correct.
Okay,
So we apologize that our Middletown Alliance coordinator, Erica McKee, couldn't be with us today. But what she did was she worked with our student assistance coordinators in the high schools, and they had an initiative that our students could take a pledge with their parents to pledge not to drink before, during, and after their proms, just to make sure that everyone was safe. And so we're going to choose 2 winners from each high school, and we will receive a $50 gift card as a winner for taking
So we're picking two names. Alex, is your name in here?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. The right answer, I think, is yes, Alex. I didn't pull it. It was okay. I'll look into it again. All right. Two names? Two names out of the whole thing. All right.
Starting with Middletown.
Middletown High School North seniors. All right, so, good, Alex. Grace Mitchell
Okay.
and James Morello.
Awesome.
All right, $50. And if you promise not to drink the day after, Hiebel's doubling up the $50 gift. I wanted to double stuff.
My turn?
Yep, your turn.
Okay,
You're
great.
up.
High school.
Deputy.
Okay. High School South, James Sidney.
I should have, you want mine?
No, this is good, this is good. James Sisler and Taylor Higgins.
Nice.
Clark.
Amazing. Clark.
Yes. So this is High School North Juniors. First one is Victoria D'Alessio, and the second is Leah Feldman.
Nice.
Twisters and Kevins.
Okay, so High School South juniors, Christopher Morello and Nick Marolo.
All right, so Committeewoman Kratz, thank you and the Middletown Alliance for putting on this program. Congratulations to our winners. Don't spend the $50 too quickly for your gift certificates, but everyone stay safe for prom, and appreciate the Middletown Alliance putting this together. So Kim, thank you so
And
much.
thank you to our student assistant counselors too at the high school. They're fabulous. So fabulous stuff. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Thank you, Deputy.
Thank you.
Next on tonight's agenda, we have a proclamation recognizing May 11th through 17th, 2025 as Police Week in the town of Middletown. We have another proclamation for the record recognizing May 18th through the 24th, 2025 as EMS Week in the township of Middletown. A proclamation recognizing May 26th, 2025 as Memorial Day in the township of Middletown. And a proclamation recognizing May 2025 as Older Americans Month in the township of Middletown. And a proclamation recognizing May 2025 as Jewish American Heritage Month in the township of Middletown. And a proclamation recognizing June 2025 as Pride Month in the township of Middletown. Next, we have public hearing on proposed ordinances. Our first ordinance for public hearing is 2025-3462, an ordinance approving disposition of the township's real property interests in Block 255, Lot 2, and Block 534, Lot 7 to the County of Monmouth and related actions.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2025-3462? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. Next, we have introduction of proposed ordinances. 2025-3463, an ordinance amendment, Chapter 240 of the Code of the Township of Middletown governing certain fee schedules for planning and development.
Motion introduced.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held May 28th, 2025. We have ordinance 2025-3464, an ordinance amendment for chapter 540 of the Code of the Township of Middletown governing certain fee schedules for planning and development.
Motion introduced.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held May 28th, 2025. Our final ordinance for introduction, we have 2025-3465, An ordinance establishing the fair market value of permanent roadway easement upon a portion of block 1072, lot 41, 642 Newman Springs Road, within the Township of Middletown, and authorizing acquisition of deed of permanent roadway easement by purchase or eminent domain for the purpose of enhancing roadway circulation and improving traffic conditions.
Motion to introduce.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held May 28th, 2025. At this time, I'd like to ask the Township Committee to adopt the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt the consent agenda. At this time, we have Township Committee comments.
All right, Committeeman Clark.
See that? You come back to me.
Yes, I did.
Now I got stuff to say, even though we're late for workshop, we don't. Just real quick, the mental health awareness month and the walk, the Be the Difference walk and everything goes along with that. Some people don't realize, but I've had this mask on in my pocket for 3 years now. And this was one of my best friends who used to live near the train station, who struggled with mental health for a good portion of his life. And unfortunately took his own life at one point, almost 3 years ago in July. So that event, the events like it, and the stuff that brings awareness to it, if it makes a difference in one person's life to not take their own life, it's beyond important. So I'm just really glad that there's groups like Be the Difference and otherwise that are out there. Like I said, it's in my pocket every single meeting because Alan was a big part of my life. And then secondly, and I have to, she's not a Middletown resident, but she's a young lady. She's 9 years old, and she was just put on hospice last Thursday. And I was lucky enough to be able to go see her on Friday when I landed from a business trip before I came here for a meeting actually. And her parents had to make a decision to allow her to live out her last days as comfortable as she possibly could. Her name is Cameron, and she's been fighting this for 3 years. And unfortunately, I've been around this, and the reason I'm bringing it up, everybody in this dais knows, and some people in the audience know, that pediatric cancer has been something that I've been an advocate for finding a cure for a long time. And Cammie's just she's another kid who's got taken by this jerk of a disease. I want her name to be in our history, because she deserves to be recognized wherever she can. So, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Committeeman Clark. Appreciate those words. Committeeman Sedambrino.
Mayor, those are tough comments to follow. And the best that I could do and the best that we can do here is lend our support and volunteer the deputy mayor to do the walk. We'll do the 5K walk and not the run.
I'll do it. I'm ready.
No, I'm volunteering you to do the walk.
Okay.
That's the least we can do to show our support. That's all I have for this evening, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeewoman Kratz.
Thank you, Mayor. Just again, thank you to our students for participating in the raffle, and wishing everyone to be safe and enjoy their proms this season. It's such a pivotal time for our young people, and we also will be having a rude awakening event at the high schools with our EMS. So also to just reiterate the importance of being responsible and making good choices and all of that while having fun at the same time. So we're real excited about them going through their proms and wishing them all well. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to our police department. Today begins National Police Week, and we are beyond thankful and grateful for the men and women who serve here in Middletown. We are blessed to have exceptional people, beginning with our leaders, Craig Weber, and I have the privilege of working with our officers who in turn work with our alliance for our young people, and they are exceptionally dedicated. They come out as volunteers when you don't have to. And they take so much pleasure and pride in graduating. We graduate nearly 500 students every year. So just want to give a big shout out to Sergeants Heaton and K-9 Titan and all of our officers for sure. So just thank you again to everyone. And Ryan, your heart is big. Is really big. So we certainly keep her in our prayers.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor.
Well, I don't talk about these bags here. These bags have, I don't know, I guess, we all say about 30 to 50 names in each one. It's a lot. Yeah, a lot of names for high school kids who want to take a chance on $50. So that's good. That's very good. Very excited to see that. Happy for the winners. Was hoping it was going to be more, but Mayor didn't go in his pocket deep enough. But good stuff. I don't know if everyone was in town last weekend, but we had a couple great things. But just one of the things that I have to I know because I know there's a few complaints that the drive-through at McDonald's. I don't know if everyone got the opportunity to see the long line of cars backing on 35. That only happened when the mayor was working the drive-through lines. So anyone that's complaining, he handled about 3 orders or whatever. 3 orders.
Got yelled at for 2 of them.
You know, again, we always talk about redevelopment of existing sites. This is a good thing here. This site is, from what I understand, not a premium site for McDonald's because of its location, but it's been there for a long time and it's a very busy site. So I'm glad that they decided to stay in Middletown. I'm glad they decided to redevelop a site that was very old, and I'm glad that they're hiring 50 people in that store? 50 people. 50 people in that store. And let me tell you, I sometimes, I go to McDonald's for people often, and I had no idea that it was, I don't eat it myself, but I'm only kidding, I do eat it, but it's impressive. It's an operation in there. I mean, it's really something to see, and I'm glad I got to see it. So glad you're here, Mayor. That's all I have, but if you do have complaints, please talk to the Mayor about it.
Okay, well, I see you. Just want to give, I echo all the members of the committee's comments, certainly Community Clark, yours, especially given how heavy a toll that is for the family and for yourself, obviously. So we'll keep her in our prayers, certainly. Just want to give a shout out to Middletown Recreation. They had their annual fishing derby 2 weekends ago, and the person I want to give a big shout out to is Vinnie Moran, who is not here tonight. But Vinnie was there on his own accord as a volunteer to just help kids do what he loves to do, and that's the fish. And you know, as some of you know, Vinny's had a tough stretch, but he was there, and it was a combination, I think, of 2 things that kept a smile on his face. Number one was that Grant and I did not catch anything. Number 2 was seeing more than 50 moms and sons, dads and daughters, and every combination between going out without their cell phones and just casting a line out onto Fireman's Pond. It was great to see. And so I just want to give Recreation a shout out. I want to give Vinny a shout out and thank him for just being there to pass along tips of the trade that he's gained along the way. So with that being said, I'll open up for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment may do so. Ask that you state your name and address, your name for the record, and then you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll let you know that you have 1 minute remaining. And by this point, we basically know that I'm lax on the time, so I don't know why I always repeat that. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Okay, I didn't know if you were deferring back to Melanie, Don, or...
No, she motioned for me to go.
Okay, all right.
I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm
Yeah.
interested to
See you in a while.
I'm here.
Good.
I've been here.
Thank you.
I know.
Ready?
Yeah, you got
I
first.
know, I thought I was gonna be late tonight because I had to do my hair. But I walked in and there was nobody here but Karen. What's up with that? Anyway, my name's Don
We
Watson.
wanted to make sure you looked your best, Tom.
Oh, thanks.
You got it.
Anyway, my name's Don Watson, living at 1 Collinson Drive. And I have a few things I want to point out here. I saw an electronic sign up by the White Church on New Monmouth in Leonardville over there, advertising a run walk for this Saturday,
St. Mary's.
the St. Mary's thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Saturday is also the townwide yard sale, which is going to prohibit a lot of people from getting around. And the run is from 8 to 11, which is like prime yard sale time. I think that a little bit better planning should have been going into that, because I've heard it from my yard sale friends that they're going to have trouble getting around, especially getting to Millbrook or going down Wilson.
I'm not a part of that group, so I.
No, he's not. So this is the first he's hearing about it.
This is the first time I'm hearing about
Yeah.
yard sale.
That's why I wanted to bring it.
All the artifacts that will be available after 12 though, in that area. It's gonna be a hot spot as soon as they open up.
You think so?
Well, if you have minimal access. So you can do all your shopping.
I'll have to reel that information. Thanks, Ray.
You can combine the run and the yard sale.
I think that's what.
Run to the yard sales?
In between each one.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Run up Millbrook and come back down and
Yeah.
head down Wilson, check them out.
You never know. I think that's what happened in an episode of The Office.
I don't know, I've never watched The Office.
Go check it out. It's good.
This fishing derby over at the Navesink Pond, is there fish in that pond?
You still stock it?
They stock it?
I asked the question.
I didn't believe it, and then I had to go back like 2 days later, and we did catch a fish, so
Okay.
there are fish in the pond.
All right.
After the-
No, but there was plenty of fish caught that day.
Oh,
It's
really?
just not on
I
Grant's
looked it
Hook.
up on the state's website, because I couldn't believe they still stocked it.
What do they stock it
Still
with?
trout.
Trout?
Yeah, trout, yeah.
Okay. I just remember going ice skating there when I was a kid.
They did it over this winter. They were ice skating out there.
Yeah, I'm sure they do it every winter if the ice is
They haven't been able to do it the last couple because they never got a true,
thick ice.
yeah, thick enough ice yet to be able to do it.
Right. Be like a polar bear plunge.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to avoid that, even though I do feel bad for the 2 kids that did end up in the pond during the situation. But my kid was not one of them. But anyway.
Also I wanted to get an update from Ted on Main Street over in Port Monmouth by Crystal Lake, or Crystal Pond,
In what respect?
when it's going to be paved.
It's not really on the list right now. It's really, it's on our overall list, but we haven't gone through the
The
capital this year.
overall list, I think every road in town should be on the overall
Well,
list.
eventually they will be, but
All right, I was just wondering, we had a project to pave that road from 36 to Palmer Avenue, and there's that one section that got missed.
yeah, that wasn't the worst section really, but, it's still on there. When we look at capital again this year, we'll look at it, but unfortunately we have roads that are probably in worse shape, so we'll sit down and talk about capital in the next 2 weeks, I think, so. But it is still on the list.
Great, thank you. Make a few people pacified at least. I think that's all I got for tonight.
Thanks,
Oh,
Tom.
no, one more thing.
Yeah.
When you adopted a resolution at the beginning of the year, you identified May 5th as a date for a meeting, which was last Monday.
Yes.
When I came here, the door was locked. And the janitor came out and says, "Ain't nothing happening around here tonight." And I didn't see any notice. I used to get notifications about meetings and agendas and stuff like that, and I just don't get that anymore. Is that something that we discontinued? Maybe you could help me?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna be setting something back up. We changed vendors for
Right.
the agendas, And I believe they're going to set that up actually in the next week or two to be able to subscribe again to the agenda.
Oh, we have to resubscribe?
You'll have to resubscribe. That's the unfortunate part about it.
Can I subscribe right now?
No, you have to wait till it opens up, but
Well,
Which
it
is the
will be.
reason why there's a new portal on the.
Yes.
I'm gonna forget about it now, you know, I'm an old guy and I can't remember.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, let me write this down. What
I just want to know who
what
the
date should I
Yosemite
reapply?
Sam, I just want to know who
I
the
don't
Yosemite
know.
Sam,
but I will tell you that
person that told me.
it was posted on the website that the meeting was scheduled. I know it's just the website, the next time we'll make sure I put a note on the door, I'm sorry.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate your concern.
I'll keep looking.
What, there should be a notice about re-registering.
Yeah, we can work on that.
Really?
Melanie, come on down.
Melanie Elmaker, Green Tree Terrace in Lincroft. I'm here as a director with the Lincroft Village Green Association. I just wanted to bring forward two issues that were presented to us by membership. The first one is Mayor Perry in some previous meetings had really spoken his case about sidewalks and the difficulties in getting participation and getting through the process of that. And you explained it very well, but that's with sidewalks. But my question is, how do you get crosswalks? And I don't know if I direct that to Ted. Like, what is the process on any road, whether it's county, township, ADA? Like, how does that work? What is the process for that? Because we have families on Swimming River Road on the east side. There's so much broken up sidewalk, they have to cross the road twice to get to downtown. They have to cross to the west side, walk up to Oak, cross back. And the first time it starts again is at the Lincroft Liquors. Like there's broken up spots for whatever reason, from Rose Street up. So like if you take Masterson, you cannot walk on the side of Masterson. You'd have to cross twice to stay on sidewalk, or otherwise you're on personal property or too close to the road. So people are looking for a way to be able to, get sidewalks I think are harder, right, than crosswalks. So what would be the process? Who should people be petitioning? Do they start with the county or the town?
I mean, depending on the road, obviously.
It's a Swimming River Road.
Yeah,
County road.
but if you're asking about the process, depending on the roadway, directing it to that government agency that has oversight. If it is the county, they're also going to come to the town anyway to request whether or not the town is in favor or opposed to that. But like almost everything else when it comes to roadways, there are set DOT standards, both federally and state, that are, the holy Bible basically for whether or not something fits the criteria. For crosswalks, for example, there was always a push right here on Kings Highway to have a crosswalk going from the parking lot for Christ Church, which is set down lower, and then folks have to climb the steps, and then having a crosswalk right there. The problem with that is there's two crosswalks too close within the vicinity to be able to make it adhere to the standards of the Department of Transportation. So you have a stop, start type of situation where you're getting traffic eaten up too much by the different crosswalks. Can crosswalks be, evaluated for different areas? Sure, they absolutely can be. But those requests should come to the township committee and to the township, whether directed to the committee itself or to Tony or to Ted, to evaluate whether or not a crosswalk is, number one, needed, and number two, is it able to be placed where the individuals are requesting it.
Okay, so contact the township at the same time as the county, or start with the
I
township?
would CC the money on the
So,
letter.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, great. The second thing is also about signs. Ted and I were exchanging emails about the Lincroft Little League, and you're right. People are being directed by Google Maps to go in the exit of the Little League fields, and I think by the time they get there and they're just like this, they're like, oh, there's two do not enter signs and there's a one-way. But if they're coming from the westerly direction, east going west, they can't really see that one-way So my question is, can we have on 520 at the post office, at the Lincroft Little League fields, maybe Lincroft School, most likely, yes, and Dunkin' Donuts, can we have every one-way, have a one-way sign on both sides of the sign itself, on both sides of the road itself? Because last year, it was something that the county engineer, traffic division pointed out, like you're missing all these one-way signs, people are very confused, they're always going in the wrong way of the Dunkin' Donuts, the post office. I go to the post office every day. It's happened to me at least 3 times that someone's trying to go in the exit, which is a one-way due to the roundabout. So I'm wondering if that's something that the township, since the sign would be something that the township would have to ask the property owners to do, even like the Board of Ed,
I don't think they have to.
they don't have to, so you can, if you warrant.
We'd have to work with the county on it, because it's county road.
Well, see, that's why I get confused, because the county engineer said to me, well, you have to give that to the township, and we gave them a whole list of all the signs that are bad.
I think it's just gotta be a cooperative between the two.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
can't just put up a sign without that.
Yeah, I think as long as everybody is, which in this situation, it's not probably a big deal. You know, I say that and then someone gives me a reason why we can't do something that I find so simple and then I find their rationale ridiculous. But in this situation, I don't think it's all that big of a deal. And tomorrow when Joe is here, I'll certainly bring it up to him.
Okay, great, because I kind of get confused as to who really has jurisdiction and who actually takes the action. And a lot of times, you don't know, is it the property owner, is it the township, is it the county, and it kind of goes round and round and
99%
round.
of the time for directional signs and traffic bearing signs, it's always going to be the government agencies. There's no need for us to consult with or ask permission if it's an existing sign.
But the property owner has the right to do it themselves if it's an appropriate sign. So like, for instance, with the post
No.
office,
Property owner can't do it on their own.
they can, okay.
Which, that's why I'm saying for 520, that if you have now brought this to the township, so now
Yes.
Ted is gonna go to Joe Attore, and Joe Attore is gonna say, hey, we wanna add these signs. And then
Okay.
Joe's gonna say, yep, no problem, and then either they're gonna supply the signs, and we install them, or vice versa, maybe they do both. It depends on just what each other is working on. But for directional sign purposes, like that, where it's one-way, stop, yields, whatever, even if they're on private property, we still have the right to put them up there, because traffic is for us. The property owners aren't worrying about traffic
Right.
like that.
Yes, okay. All right, great. And I just wanted to thank Ted for his attendance at the May 2nd meeting with the county about the two-way Acme Road. And then my last comment is on today's agenda with the 3 introductions of proposed ordinances. There were no attachments online. Is that normal with introductions? I'm not sure. Oh, so the detail of number 14, is that for that little
Yes.
strip
For the-
along the Jersey Pride?
Yep,
Okay, so when I first read it, because I couldn't remember if it was 642 or 644, I wasn't sure if it was the easement for Luigi's.
Brian finalized the terms of that basically for the entirety of the Acme roadway, the new access roadway, will grant us the easement to be able to complete that project.
Okay, so as far as getting into the Luigi's, is that being worked on as well, like that easement, cross easement?
We already own that. We already have that. That's all part of it. The ingress egress of behind Luigi's is already, the township already has that. We don't have to worry about that.
I didn't realize that. When we discussed it on the 2nd, it seemed like that was still a conversation that had to take place, that they would have to talk to the property owner of the
The
Luigi.
property owners have already agreed to it.
I think she's talking about the Luigi's property itself.
Like behind,
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
putting up a fence to get in.
Yeah.
correct.
But that
We already have that.
You have to remember.
that is news to me, and it's come up in conversation and meetings so many times.
Luigi's never opposed to it.
Objected,
It was
yeah.
the other property owner who didn't
Correct.
want to connect it. So now that we have.
Oh, you're
control-
going back to the
So
original?
now that we have control of the easement, we can grant them access to it.
Correct.
Oh my gosh, that's like, poof, wow, okay, that's fantastic. I thought we were gonna have to wait and wait and wait,
No.
and it was gonna go round and round and round.
While the Acme is certainly beneficial, the Luigi's strip
Yeah.
part of it is even more critical,
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's that much closer to the light, there's no other access other than going across.
Right, you
the
can't do
lane.
phase two without that, phase
Correct.
one.
Correct.
And I just wanna thank you for, your organizing tomorrow's meeting
Yeah,
for the 520 info session.
No
So,
problem.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Melanie. Any other member of the public wish to make a public comment? See no other member of the public stepping forward, we'll move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you all so much.